Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Homer. This is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact, and today is the last day that you can get Hu Tao. So yesterday I recorded a video of me wishing on Hu Tao with the last few wishes. This is what we got out of it. So this is a very weird insert into this video, whatever video this is. I am still wishing on Hu Tao. Thank you for the welcome, Malcolm Kunde. It's so nice. The multiple welcomes. And basically, before we do anything, I feel like we should go and get those extra, I don't know if the extra 40 will mean anything, but we should probably go to like, get the extra 40. Oh, he's not here. No, he's not here anymore. Oh no. I was like, let's get the extra 40 primos. He's not there anymore. Okay, that's fine. Let's do what we plan to do, and that's wish on Hu Tao's banner. I have quite a few wishes left. And that's the whole idea. If we don't get it, we don't get it. This is the final chance. Because obviously, like, tomorrow the banner will change. We won't be able to get it from there, but that's fine. Look, we have a lot. We got like some cool 4 stars. We got some cool characters. We got some constellations. We got Haizo. So to me, it's like not that big of a deal. I'm not gonna sit here upset about it. I'm not gonna sit here being super sad. That one slowed down a bit. This must be it. This is Hu Tao. No, it's not. You know, you win some, you lose some. That's the way things go. And we have one more wish here. Now, I think we would be remiss in our duties if I didn't go off really quickly and do a bunch of commissions and come back and then do one final wish, right? It would be very, very silly to not just do one final wish after doing our commissions. At least I think so anyway. Oh, we also have a wish on this banner too. And that's how we got Haizo, right? I think so. Yeah, I'll go do my commissions and then we'll come back. Okay, so we have our last wish on Hu Tao. It's been a wild ride. Okay, a 4-star. We'll take a 4-star. Are you kidding me? A constellations for Xingqiu. I'll take that. Okay, that's like, hey, look, it wasn't exactly what we were looking for, but the final constellation for Xingqiu. Right? I think it is anyway. No, he's all the way up here because we're actually using him on a team. Yeah. Like, okay, that's a great constellation. We have a C6 Xingqiu. Look, it's one of those times where it's like, obviously it's a little bit sad. I understand how it feels when people are like, yeah, it's a bit sad when you don't get the character you want. I understand that. But like, we got a lot of good stuff. We got Haizo. We got a Xingqiu. A C6 Xingqiu. We got some constellations for Kuki or Sethos if you ever want to use Kuki or Sethos. We got, as I said, we got Haizo. We got, yeah. And I honestly, I'll take that. I'll take that. That's something we didn't have before when we started this that we have now. And that's the way we look at it. Hu Tao, next time you come around with the banner, I might get you. But also, we'll have a guaranteed next 5-star, no matter what the next 5-star might be. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to do another wish by then. We might. We might be able to do another wish by then. Who knows? But we'll see exactly how that works. Much appreciated, guys. See you in the video. That's pretty cool. And I was like, kind of like, okay, look, like in the video I said, we can't be disappointed. We got a C6 Xingqiu. We got Haizo. We got all this stuff, which is absolutely freaking incredible. But then randomly, out of nowhere, without even a hint, someone messaged me saying, hey, please get Hu Tao. It's like I shouldn't be surprised at this stage, but Yassassin, who sent this, who is a lovely person and a saint, because I was like, again, I was like totally just like, okay, look, that's it. You can even see in the video, I was like, okay, that's it, that's fine, we're done. Literally has 2 hours left on this banner, and this is the last thing. Now, we're already at like 60 something pity. So we're probably guaranteed to get Hu Tao. To you, Assassin, I thank you so much. To everyone watching this, like, I just want to say that, like, throughout the entire Genshin playthrough, I'm not stupid. I know that, like, the majority of my amazing characters have come from community support. And I never will forget that. I do think that, like, you know, it's you know, because I think, you know, it'd be so silly to forget that. These, you know, weren't exactly hard-earned characters. My team and all my characters, it really feels like it is like a part of the community, and I really mean that. I thank you guys so much. Let's hopefully get Hu Tao. Okay, not Hu Tao yet. Not Hu Tao yet. But still a 4-star, which is good. Probably a 4-star weapon, it looks like, at this stage. Okay, another Sethos constellation. We can take that too. Like, that's more than fine. That's more than fine. A Sethos constellation. And there's Hu Tao. This is a character I've wanted for a long... Unless it's a 5-star weapon, that would be pretty insane. No, it's Hu Tao.
Now, just why might you be looking for me,
Yeah.
You didn't know? I'm the 77th director of the Wangshan
The 72nd.
Hu Tao. Though by the looks of you, radiant glow,
Oh.
posture.
Oh.
Yes, you are definitely here for something other than that which falls within my regular.
Oh, she wanted this to be like sickly. That's awesome. And yeah, thank you once again, Assassin, for that. Like, again, I've no problem saying that, like, you know, the majority of all my characters, 95% have come from community sport. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to pretend like it's not. I thank you so much for that. And it's just incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. And now, this is the team we're going to be using today, by the way. I'll show it off in a second. But first, I guess I just want to see Hu Tao for a second. Where is Hu Tao? There she is.
Good eye.
Oh my god, look at that animation. So, Hu Tao is a really fun character. One of the funniest characters in the history of Genshin, and a character that I definitely have wanted for a while, and I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I absolutely am blown away. I'm going to be leveling her up today. I'm going to start leveling up literally today. The team we're using today, by the way, is called Anxiety -2. And the Anxiety, of course, is Kaveh and Barbara. And the -2 is Xingqiu and Nahida, because Nahida's obviously like, grown a lot as well. Kaveh is not fully leveled with talents and stuff like that, but he is still pretty fantastic. And I think he's doing absolutely amazing. Like, this team so far, I've tried it out a few times with a few things. So much fun. Like legitimately, like, so much fun. It's something I didn't think would be like, because again, like, I've never tried doing this type of, like, stuff with, like, all the dendro cores and stuff like this with Kaveh. And Kaveh's pretty good. Like, his stats aren't fantastic. Like, this is his attributes. Like, it's not superb, right? It's not superb at all.
Where's my key? Not again.
And we have to ascend him once more, by the way, to get to level 80. That's the next ascension. We have enough to ascend him to level, to level 80, to go to level 80. So we're doing that, like, probably today as well, and then leveling him up to level 80. And I can honestly say as well, just again to say, thank you so much, Assassin. You basically gave me Hu Tao, and it means the world. Calm for the future here to say that I also want to say, once again, thank you to Assassin. I know people might say it's overkill, but I want to make it clear, like, how grateful I am that, you know, throughout the whole time, this whole playthrough, people have just given me characters. In this case, Assassin gave me, you know, Hu Tao, just like people gave me Vaughn in the past. Like, it means the whole freaking world to me that people love this playthrough that much.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death.
Did I say anything I shouldn't have? Okay, so he was like kind of like in and out of the like consciousness.
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, go take my grilled fish. And
Oh no.
down the Adeptus temptation now.
Fine, but you can take my grilled fish.
Paimon talked with Sijwin the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
There was a secret door, Paimon, though, under a box. Are we off track, though? There's still a few weird things about that place. The movable hatch on the ground, as well as some questions Cedric asked Levine. And also, they were really talking about their meds before we walked in. Oh, and wasn't Lavina and Jire's argument genuine, or were they just putting on a show? Paimon, hear me out.
Whoa, you really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on.
But,
We've got to get the info to LYNEY.
Paimon, the reason you didn't pick up on this stuff is because you were busy. Your literal job was to talk to Sijin, right? Like, it's not like, you know, that's not your fault whatsoever. And also him saying hear me out, and he like holds up a picture of like a Genshin character. It's like, no, that's pretty handsome, I guess. No, the next few days you and Paimon work at the station's normal duty shifts, where you manage to find opportunity to keyword related suspicions of a piece of paper. Wait, this is the first time this has actually stayed up on the screen long enough for me to read it, and I read it so fast. You managed to pass a slip to a busy lad as she passes by. Her disguise is impeccable, and she doesn't even look at you or change expression as she pockets the info. Wow. That's so cool, they showed it. This is so sick, and finally the promised 9th day arrives. Wow, we got there at night, so we're going to be talking to Freminet.
Today's the day. Let's go meet up with LYNEY.
Yeah, and I gotta say as well, when it comes to I always like read the comments. I miss some comments. I talk about that all the time. You're not going to see every single comment, or sometimes you'll kind of move past comments as you're looking for, as you're looking through comments. There's especially when there's like say like 80 comments, you'll remember like most of them, but again sometimes like some slip through the cracks. Because I don't want someone to be like, well, what about my comment? But like I remember like there was a few people who said like the walking around the structure of the prison wasn't the best thing in the world for them. I think for someone like a Let's Player like me who loves to yap, I talk a lot. It's actually very it's like a godsend, because it gives you like so much time to like say like I finish a cutscene right there and then I go, okay, let's talk about what just happened, right? Because usually I'd stop in place and talk about what happened, but here I actually, it's like I get to walk around, and it's actually like I use it for like talking to you guys time as well. So for me, it's okay. But then again, I'm not coming at this from the perspective of someone. And people said I was doing a good job of finding my way around as well, but it's usually the gold markings on the ground show you exactly where to go. I don't know if they updated that and added that in or something, but here's our LYNEY. There's our LYNEY.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
I was sick.
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary.
Hopefully not.
We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Freminet successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as of last night, LYNET has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
So good the way they're so attentive to this, and they're so good at doing ruses anyway.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Freminet's help, you've already done more than enough.
Well, thank you. Honestly, no, I know you guys are sweet. I do know you guys are sweet.
Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person.
So smart. So if LYNET goes in after us, it's like we don't have any association on the surface with LYNET that anyone knows about in here yet.
LYNET also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
And that shows a lot of dedication and a lot of trust as well, right?
So that's what LYNET thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to helping you.
Then, let's go check on LYNET before Freminet returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
No, I love this.
Is now really a good time to go over?
Just showing a really quick way of showing how dedicated they are to this and how helpful they're being, and then trying to show us how we can trust them to some extent.
Sijin always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. LYNET knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her.
Oh yeah, we heard about that too, yeah.
Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
100%, you're such a good older brother.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Yeah, I think it's natural to be caring and protective over your sibling, right? It's 100% natural to be very protective over your sibling. You know, and they've gone through so much as well that like there is probably like an element as well, you know, of
Just can't rely.
wanting to make sure everything's okay all the time, which I think is only natural. Their stories, they've really just been through so much. Oh, this is the infirmary.
Lynette should be here right now.
She not?
Huh.
Oh no.
Strange. Lynette?
The worry in his voice.
Zijwin isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
Could she found a lead and left to follow it?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know.
They showed this in the story quest. Lynette stayed at that cafe for like half a day and didn't deviate from the plan.
Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a tough girl. She is a tough girl, you know? But that doesn't mean, you know, you can't worry about her either. You know? It doesn't mean we can't worry about her.
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records.
We're getting to explore prison with Liddy. This is awesome.
Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter.
Okay, so she's trying to have a good bedside manner?
Sure are some interesting
Is that what's
books.
happening?
Who knew Zijwin would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melusine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Now, is this going to be deeper than it is?
Seems quite normal
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Yeah, like a good bedside manner, yeah. And yeah, I have some nurses in my audience, so they can relate to all this stuff, I suppose. Well, not exactly what Zijwin is doing, but you know what I mean.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in, except that one over there.
They're long
That's
beds.
the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare.
Ouch.
Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication.
But this bed is still unmade.
Which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Why would they intentionally leave it this way? It's not a good sign. Why would they do that, though? Oh no. Wait, are you saying that, like, because it was, like, left in a hurry? No. Does he think something happened? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. The hatch. Maybe she went down. What if she went down here? What if someone took her?
Ah, this is it. We saw it before.
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well.
No. Lyney leans down and gets close to the movable hatch and starts tapping at several different points in
The
it.
space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure.
I can see why he's worried, right? Because he's thinking, like, why would she deviate from the plan? Why would the bed be on, like, you know, they usually make the beds after someone will leave the bed. Why would she leave before she got her medicine?
Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
Well, as long as you're okay. Lillian's face, he's definitely beginning to panic. Don't panic. He probably said that subconscious more for himself than anything else. Yes. Yes, that is a good older brother, but also an older brother who you want to, like, make sure is also doing okay, right?
Guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards.
What's that?
This is...
Is that all?
Is there anything on the back?
The back. This is...
Show me.
What is
now.
it? What is it? So they said... But what is the symbol, though? What is the symbol?
That look on your face. Paimon's reading
What is it?
Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be?
It's not
right
a
now?
symbol. It's a freaking. I thought it was gonna be like a calling card or something.
No. Could she have? Is she already?
I swear to God, man, they can't do that.
Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
No way. Wait, Wriothesley though?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Why would he choose to act during our second infiltration attempt in the first? Oh my God, is LYNEY. Oh, we have to save Lynette.
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley.
Wriothesley.
He doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very
My
beginning.
God.
You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though.
So he's saying that, like, oh, once LYNEY and Lynette got involved in this, that's when he. Because it is oh my God. Why did he only go after Lynette? It's because. Why didn't he go after you as well? Is another question.
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her?
This is so weird.
Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now.
Oh, LYNEY. No, oh my God, it's bringing up all those memories.
Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means... the fact that Freminet was able to leave the grounds... could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
What?
But what does he gain by letting Freminet leave like that?
I get it now? He deliberately made them both disappear. What? No way. No way.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it.
I have such a feeling in the pit of my stomach. There's no way.
We never should have sent out Freminet. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe.
Oh,
and
is he
we even
okay?
thought luck was on our side.
I swear to God, if anyone actually hurt him.
If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Because his logic is saying if Lynette was allowed to go here to investigate, you know, without Sigewin here, and Freminet was allowed to leave without anyone stopping him as well, the logic there is like saying that then something might have happened to both of them.
LYNEY's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
LYNEY, calm down. I don't know that would work for me.
Don't be like this, LYNEY. Freminet wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
Oh no, but we can't. No, we have to. They have to be safe. If anything has happened to them, we will hurt whoever did it.
No, I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them.
I have such a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. I want to cry. Poor LYNEY, man. This is so horrible.
I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Wait, what?
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
I don't think, this is his brother and sister. Like, obviously, like, Freminet is a brother in terms of the heart situation, but, like, that doesn't matter. This is his brother and sister.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again.
Oh, no. Of course he's thinking, of course he's thinking about this. How could this not bring up this type of memory?
I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
He's not, he's thinking with his memories and with his passion and, like, his feelings. Like, saying calm down to... So she heard all of this. Sigewin. She smiled. She smiled.
I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but
What
it'll
is
require
happening?
extensive testing.
My heart is pounding. What is happening?
So, very well. Then please be mindful of the time.
What did... She noticed us right away.
Is someone?
Yeah, she noticed us.
Pack everything up.
There's a plan.
Outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking.
No, we couldn't hear them fully. So it is, so confirmed. Oh, and they knew that, she must have known that this was all like a... This is rough.
Are you okay?
These two. As expected.
Wait,
They've already found this place.
wait.
Oh, they are quite sharp.
They've already found this place.
What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also Stop playing dumb. I like the feeling of being
What?
trusted.
I did not expect this personality trait from Sigewinne.
Oh my! What's wrong?
So
with
she was
everyone?
playing up.
There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin.
She did like a reverse on our playing of her to play us. That's brilliant.
Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful
There we
skill.
go. Yeah, because remember I was saying like, will she be able to like see like if we're actually sick or not? But it's like wait, she just literally read us like a book straight away. Like obviously like, oh Lindy, oh he's actually running away.
We have to catch up to him.
Like obviously I wasn't right. I didn't predict that by the way. I was just like obviously we knew about that she was able to check someone's physical well-being.
How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
But Risey's off because I think obviously like the facial expression as well is so interesting. Like I did not expect that character trait from Sigewinne. And now we're chasing after poor LYNEY as well. See, here's the thing with LYNEY, like we said it, he is emotionally impacted by this. You know, he's thinking with like, you know, the past, right? Obviously that's all what's going through his head right now. I don't want to lose LYNEY again. The last thing I want to do is have something happen to, Lynette again. And like you totally understand that, right? Like I would totally understand that. Like that's like and again he kept saying it's not like the last time. It's not like the last time. Again, like we said, he was trying to convince himself that this wasn't happening, and that's so sad. But then so Sigewinne expected us to get there. Sigewinne expected us to get to that area but we got there faster than she even expected. We're actually going to the office? What is happening now?
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Oh my god, LYNEY!
Aren't we at an administrative office space?
Jeez, he's just right
Why
there!
don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules
my
from
God.
the Fortress's indoor management regulations?
Look at this scene. He just literally just barged in.
What did you do to my sister?
Oh my god, LYNEY.
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary.
What?
I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some
Wait.
teas in my collection that can work wonders against such
She's
an illness.
here?
Stop joking around. Where did you take my
Yeah, this is
siblings?
as much as like, you know, I'm sure maybe she actually is safe. This isn't a joking matter for
I
LYNEY.
have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next
Yeah.
second from another place.
He obviously
altogether.
knows about this stuff. Like he's like, you know, he's not stupid.
Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
No.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No. He's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his
Hostages.
hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably
Yes,
still
100%.
alive.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind she's still alive. But like, I'm just so worried for LYNEY's well-being right now.
You knew we were investigating the
Yeah.
infirmary from the start. So you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions
That is
and
insane.
baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette.
But like Sigewinne knew. Like Sigewinne even knew we were going to end up there eventually, but we obviously went there ahead of schedule. Well, he's taken back by
As
that.
for Freminet, no, you probably didn't
LYNEY's
even
breaking my
interfere with
heart.
Child's escape. You let him go so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
Oh my, I can't with you know what I mean? Like I'm, it's like I just want to like hug him.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
So he's saying that because like we were clearly investigating something and we weren't enjoying our time here like everyone else was, it was so easy to point us out of a crowd.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Freminet has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
This is such a different side to LYNEY. Like he's not even being like a smartass or anything like that, or like not a smartass. What's the word you say? Like remember in the story quest, he's not even being like very like coy and like sly in a way. He's literally just like talking with all of his emotions. All of this built up so much.
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but...
So he has
Freminet
Lynette.
is not.
But Freminet, what?
He's not. What do you really want?
Oh, please. And again, here's the thing. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Of course this was going to set off LYNEY. All he's thinking of is Lynette getting kidnapped, not getting kidnapped, but being taken away last time.
LYNEY!
Oh,
We made it.
Wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating.
Where are Lynette? So he even knew we'd show up here. Where are Lynette and Freminet?
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea.
Oh my god. This is so much.
Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Freminet should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates,
Oh no.
nor has he been taken into any kind of custody.
Oh no.
So, where do you think he may be right
So,
now?
like, on schedule, he should have been back by now.
Wait, you can't mean
Stop.
you locked him outside in the sea?
No, no.
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
What's happening? We have to get out there and help him. They mentioned how scary it would be out there.
Freminet's a star diver, so he should
Oh my
be
god, I
fine,
feel
right?
sick.
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he
No,
might
yeah.
have made a break for the surface.
Of course, but like, I'm only thinking about, is everyone okay? I need to confirm everyone is okay.
Why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. LYNEY is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating.
I'm sorry, guys, that I just feel so, like, I feel like, you know, that I have a feeling in the pit of my stomach. The thing is about this, like, with Wriothesley here, he is like, he has played, and I know, like, this term is so cheesy, but it's the truth. It's like chess, right? He's been playing, like, 4D chess. He has known about all this from the start, and his plans have, like, followed through better than our plans. He's let us do all this stuff. He knows this place like the back of his hand.
Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting
Dear
with
Lord.
the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we
God.
even set foot in the fortress.
His reach is further than we thought. And here's the thing, like, I know I shouldn't be shocked that he's like so, like, because again, it's clear that he has such a grasp on this place, right? And he knows this place so freaking well. I just thought like he was just like, okay, you know, go about your business. But of course he's been keeping like Sigewin even knew about this as well.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games.
That's exactly what I thought he was.
Once you
Now
started
we know what he's
focusing on
doing.
the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed.
Wait, so he doesn't want us to know about the Forbidden Zone.
Mr. LYNEY, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Freminet is still slowly
Don't
being
say it like
pickled
that.
out there
Do
in the
not say it
grime.
like that.
You know just as well as I that he cannot last out there
Then
forever.
let me go out and save him.
You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior.
What?
And ideally, invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
What? You want the knave to come over here?
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Could you imagine the meeting of the minds here?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening.
Oh my god, like a parent-teacher meeting? What?
I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family.
They are.
I don't see why she would refuse.
Guys, I am like, my body is like shaking. Like, this is so much. All I'm thinking about is Freminet is Lynette. I know for a fact Lynette's not hurt. I know for a fact that like he's like, wait. Do you think? Like, no, there's no way that like he would do this because it doesn't make sense if he wanted to meet the knave. Yeah, there's no way. For a second there I was like, well, like I don't, oh, thanks Spotify. I don't, like, there's no way like I freaking, you know what I mean? Like, it's, my thought process is there's no way he would do this because why would he, if he wanted to meet the knave, why would he hurt Lynette? Thank you. Why would he hurt Lynette? It wouldn't make any sense. But for a split second there, I was like, well, I don't know this character that well. But then I'm like, yeah, but like it doesn't make... I don't know. We have to just keep
Why
going.
did you think
My
Father
mind is
sent
jumbled.
us to handle the fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Look at this. Why do you think Father said LYNEY is literally showing the respect that he has, and we know he does have for the knave, for Arlequino, where he's saying like they wouldn't even come here like they're above this place.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her.
He is
Both
calm,
Monsieur
cool, and collected.
Neverlet and Lady Freminet have already received many samples as gifts.
Do you get that? He's like so calm in the situation. In situations where LYNEY is usually the most calm person in any, like in any situation, right? Like apart from maybe like when they first got accused and their trial, of course. But when we do talk to LYNEY, they are like so confident, and we've seen such a change in their character. We've seen everything kind of like fall down, that like facade, that mask.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
Dear Lord, he's willing to protect the knave.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret?
The voice acting here in both these cases are fantastic. It's always fantastic in Genshin, but I guess
Mr. LYNEY, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
What do you mean if you refuse? What do you mean?
LYNEY!
Do not... Why do you have to do this?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress.
This is going to be a complicated conversation we're going to have over the next while, isn't it? It's going to be a very complicated conversation. Because I will do anything to save Lynette and Freminet and LYNEY. I will do anything. Right? And also then, like, this guy comes out, Wriothesley, comes out and says, well, how do you think I feel? In my perspective, the Fatui have been like, the Fatui, who always have like some plan or ulterior motive, are infiltrating my fortress.
I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk.
It's so crazy how like Genshin can like make you feel such a way that like now like it's gone from like a conversation of like how dare you, because still like yeah, I will fight anyone to save those three, but it's also like a case of like, man, the Fatui, they stick their noses in so many different places that like of course at some point it was gonna get bitten off. You know what I mean? Like it's just give me Lynette and we'll leave. We'll all leave.
Mr. Freminet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
Crazy.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
He clearly feels indebted to her.
5.
What?
Wait,
2.
What?
1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. LYNEY.
Oh my god. Wait, what are you gonna do though?
Wriothesley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please
What?
leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon
He's
tea.
serious about this as well. He's serious about this. He's not leaving any room for this. He's not leaving even a little. Please wait, can we not talk about this some more?
Yeah, listen to the traveler.
I don't know.
If you can't talk to LYNEY, can you at least talk to us?
Please.
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neverlet.
Man.
You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way.
This is factually true, this aspect of what he's saying. The reason why he didn't do anything to us is clearly because of Neverlet. We've seen the hints of their relationship and the respect they have for each other. And that's why he didn't do anything to us. And it's clear, like, and by the way, I'm never going to sit here and say that it's wrong to have a problem with the Fatui. We've had our fair share of issues with the Fatui. right? We've had our fair share, right? I just want Lynette, and Freminet to be safe.
But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Please spare. Yeah. I want to save them. Are you kidding me?
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found?
He is so capable, right? They have a character here who's not giving any wiggle room to the Fatui members. And he's sticking to that.
I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request.
What?
Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
The weird thing happens. I can't believe he's asking about the hidden rules. If I recall correctly, you keep working without any restaurant lunch hour. On the 3rd, you'll find a portion of strange meat in your welfare meal. Let's see if I can remember all the clues. I should be able to find an answer if I can piece everything together. Wait, what? If you break the hidden rules of the production zone, whatever you might contain the strange meat. Who will see it if you keep working continuously? So this is...
told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just
the music is incredible.
Lunch. But what could Sijuin be doing during that time?
Half an hour just before lunch?
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes...
I love hearing Zach's voice, by the way.
...understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fonta.
This is such a complicated situation. It's so complicated.
We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking at them.
Yeah.
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product.
I'm so nervous.
Has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it.
I can't stop thinking about Lynette and Freminet, guys. I'm sorry.
The research notes said that the Melazine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melazines have also
music's so
developed a
good.
sense of aesthetics that appears rather strange and alien to humans. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well.
And of course, our only run-in with Fonta was the thing. So the only was the spiking of the drink, right?
But
we have
see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone.
Yeah.
It seems like she can perceive the...
It's this the only one that's a person. Under what circumstances does strange meat appear?
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke...
It's not the coupons. It's...
The research notes said that the Melazine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melazines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appears rather strange and alien to humans.
What? So what circumstances does strange meat appear?
Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on the...
It's not this either. So is this the strange circumstances here?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sijuin be doing during that time?
When they say circumstances, is this the strange... Like, this is the only thing that's a circumstance? Right, because this is about the no Fonta. This is about the Pancration. This is about the research notes, yeah, about the Melazines. This has already been used.
We often see Miss Sijuin...
This is the only one that's a circumstance. Is this one? I don't know.
That the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just...
So could she be making that meat during this time? Is it her? What strange meat... What does this... Why does this strange meat appear the way that it does? What?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty.
Yeah, because, okay, so we know what these are now. This is about the Pancration tournament, right?
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only...
And Fonta sponsored it.
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melusines have also developed a sense of
That's about the aesthetics, and this is about the
Fonta's internal report suggests that
the trial of Fonta. This is Sigewinne herself. This is no Fonta, and this is the circumstances here. So why does the strange meat appear strange? Are they saying it's because of the aesthetic look of
The
them?
research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appears rather strange.
That would make
and
sense.
alien to
Like,
humans.
maybe if she's preparing the meat, then it would look rather weird to us? Is that what we're saying? I think this is correct. Yeah, this is the only thing that could fit. There's nothing else that could fit.
Ah, so that's what's going on.
But what is she making the meat out of?
Now, who would have guessed? The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare.
Oh god, this is the moment I needed Detective Paimon. I'm not even joking. I literally looked down and like brushed something off the controller and looked back up, and I see Paimon with the glasses on. Like, if there was ever a moment where we needed like the levity of Detective Paimon, this is it. I love Paimon so much.
At first, we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared, but in reality, they were all prepared by Sigewinne, the head nurse.
Yeah. I hope they're not saying the people were prepared.
She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health.
Look at her.
And makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work.
Oh, so she can like, she can tell from that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Duty
Yeah.
as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sigewinne visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost.
Wait, so it's not a thing, right? So I was just going on what, like using the words, almost like reading a comprehension in like an English class, right? Like taking the words and like, what's a circumstance? What's the aesthetics? That's what changes the aesthetics. So really, she was just trying to give us a stamina boost?
Sigewinne has only the best intentions with her
Oh my
surprise
God.
gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However,
So she keeps it a secret rule?
unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics
Look at
is
Detective Paimon.
even more alien to us.
I needed this. I'm feeling a lot more like I can do this, right? Because of Detective Paimon. I'm not being like, oh, Detective Paimon's on the case. I am like that. I will always be like that. But I'm more just also saying like you need the levity. You need Paimon to always make us feel
The
better.
recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out.
So because it's different from what she would perceive as a good
Are we
meal.
on the right track?
Not bad.
Oh my god!
You've uncovered Sigewinne's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged.
Oh, praising Sigewinne as well.
All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
This is so cool, the way they're doing this. The hidden rules of the Pancration Ring. I remember if I keep looking at Paimon. If someone tries to support both boxes at the same time, they'll receive a package the next morning which contains a strange blood color liquid. We've also done a lot of research on the matter. Let me sift through what I found and come up with the correct answer. I love that they're doing this. If you violate the hidden rules of the Pancration Ring, you will receive a bag containing a strange blood-colored fluid. Yes. So that's easy. Yeah, right away. Who sent the package containing the strange blood-colored fluid? So we know what these are now, right? This is the
Fonta's internal report suggests that
the trial. So remember, that's the trial. They didn't want that here. This here is about the aesthetics of a Melusine. This here is saying it's Sigewinne themselves, and this is saying what Sigewinne does. And this is related to the Pancration Ring.
The Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well.
So are we saying that, like, because none of these fit, right? Who sent it, right? This is the, so none of this, the only thing that fits would say, are we saying the Fonta company sent it? Like, as a sample or something? Because that's the only one that fits to me. Like, it's not the Melusine thing. It's not saying that they couldn't put Fanta in here. You know? It's not, it can't, yeah, it's the only one that even nearly fits. Why does the strange blood-colored fluid look the way it does? The trial. The trial.
Fanta's internal report.
And why does only those who buy tickets to both fires receive a package? So, okay, process of elimination again. I know I always do process of elimination, but like it didn't allows you to think about things if you can't understand things completely. It's not this. It can't be this. Because this is just Sigewinne where she hangs out at the production zone. This is Sigewinne herself, right?
We often see Miss Sigewinne observing the prisoners at work near the production zone.
And she the general state of health. This is...
The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fanta.
Wait, is okay. I was gonna say that maybe they sent us a trial as a thank you because we made them money because they sponsored the pits and they didn't lose money, but I'm wondering if they think that we're an idiot. I wonder if that's what they're saying. Yeah, that was an easier one for sure. Yeah. I wonder if it means that we're an idiot. They think we're an idiot. That we would take this Fanta and get addicted to this Fanta. It's not blood, it's Fanta. Jesus Christ.
So there really was nothing to be afraid of.
Detective Paimon, thank you so much for showing up in this case. We're flying through it.
That hidden rule of the pancreation ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange blood-colored liquid.
Yeah, super interesting. Because at the time I thought it was going to be like... I forget exactly, because it was last week when we saw the blood colored liquid. But I think if I think back when we first got the blood colored liquid, it was like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was a message at first. Like, my first instinct is always like, they're trying to send you a message. The food was like, they're trying to send you a message. But nothing hurt us, you know?
People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer.
Detective Paimon, fantastic.
But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fanta trial product.
Yep, exactly, Detective Paimon.
A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making.
Honestly, October, that would sell like crazy.
The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale to see how it might be received by customers.
Paimon is fantastic. Paimon is so, like, look at her, like, deciphering all this.
They came to the Fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea.
Yep.
The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots
That's so
who
smart.
didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here.
Right, because it's like, they literally were like, these guys literally just lost money on this. They lost coupons. They're idiots.
And so, only those who proved their stupidity
That's crazy.
by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
It's crazy that the answers to that whole scary thing that was happening with like the Pancration ring and all these hidden rules was that that Sigewinne was trying to heal us and give us back her stamina, and the Fanta company thought we were dumb.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light.
Well, did we do good?
Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words, I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company.
It's so difficult because this is like such, like I said, it's such a complicated situation. And like, this is his fortress. We infiltrated this place, obviously with the help of Neuvillette, and then the Fatui also infiltrated this place, trying to figure out the secret behind this place too. This whole thing is just so, like, again, with Genshin, they're very good at doing this, of making a situation like, making a situation just not be like this one-sided piece of like art, right? It's like a cube, as we always say.
All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients?
Oh
in the
God.
infirmary?
Oh God. We haven't, okay, thank God. Thank God, because I was just like, I don't know.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Wriothesley. You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last
LYNEY.
question.
LYNEY!
Thought of sparing Lynette and Freminet never even crossed your mind.
What did he do?
You'll pay for
He's
this.
going for him. He's literally going for him. Oh no, the look on his face. He's not bothered. He's not scared. Wait. What did you do? What did you do?
Lenny, are you alright?
He stopped him without even a little bit of hassle.
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigewin.
Sigewin!
Fantastic shot.
LYNEY is thinking with his emotions, as we
That
said.
was nothing, Your Grace.
Oh, she got him from behind, so she... This is so rough for LYNEY. As he said, he sees him as cruel games. That's what he said. And here's the thing, guys. No matter what, it's his sister and his brother who are missing. He hasn't seen them.
Sigewin? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Dear God, what is happening here? Detective Feynman gave me like that bit of levity, and I'm back to having that feeling in the pit of my stomach again.
Sigewin.
Are you an accomplice in all this?
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty.
Oh, I feel so bad for LYNEY. I'm sorry, guys. I know the Fatui coming in here is like obviously worrisome for the fortress. Of course it is. But LYNEY is not even seeing. I know for a fact he's not even seeing straight right now. If any of you took anyone's sister, of course they wouldn't be seeing straight, and their brother.
When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties.
Then, by that logic, would you help us save Freminet?
But if you mean what you just said, then isn't LYNEY someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like
That's a
the
good
rest
question.
of us?
If you're closer to Nervulette, why not learn a thing or two about virtue from him? What a freaking statement from us.
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now.
Right. I understand what she's saying, right? And I'm getting very flustered right now because there's a lot going on. I understand what she's saying. She's saying that, like, if she didn't stop LYNEY right there, the look on Wriothesley's face, he could have probably taken out LYNEY in a second. The way he had no worry on his face, especially with LYNEY in an emotional state, not thinking clearly either. But is she also saying that Freminet, as Wriothesley talked about it, brining and pickling out there, is he in a better off place now? Like, if you want to protect people, then, like, I really feel you should help us then with Freminet as well.
His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
Honestly, like, can I be completely honest, Sigewin? I don't, even if you were a part of all this as well, like, it's not like I'm gonna, like, go over and attack you right now, right? And you deserve to have, like, your own, to speak your mind. I think it's just such a situation where I just desperately want to make sure those guys are okay.
My dear Sigewin, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you.
They clearly have a good relationship, like, clearly. But, like, I can't, like, a scene like this is so meaningful to me, seeing two characters interact like this. And, like, what we're seeing is that they do have a fantastic relationship. It's just I still have the feeling in the pit of my stomach, and, like, I need assurances. I really do.
What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want.
Oh,
Let
LYNEY.
them go.
He's, again, like, everything's piling up now in his head.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
No, I'm sorry, but LYNEY, Fatui or not, this is a horrible situation. I don't care. I do not care, Fatui or not. It's a horrible situation for LYNEY. Horrible. The emotional distress that this would happen, put on him.
Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now.
Who?
I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewin, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
Like, and here's the thing, before someone, because I know someone's going to be like, Calvin, you didn't hurt Lynette, right? I'm 100% certain that he wouldn't hurt Lynette. That would be one of the worst decisions any character could ever make in this game. I understand that completely, right? But I'm still feeling for LYNEY. I don't care. I'm still feeling so bad for LYNEY.
What are you doing?
He's going to he breaks my heart. He breaks my freaking heart.
I believe I hear footsteps.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? A familiar figure?
Some
Clarand!
space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarand.
She got Freminet!
Door.
How'd she... And he knew they were coming? Like, did he invite her? Oh, Freminet.
Freminet!
This is such a bad situation. Is he okay?
What's going on? What is Clorinde doing here?
Work.
It's so hard because we want to answer, but everyone's like so efficient here.
Sorry about shooting you, Mr. LYNEY. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
Is Freminet okay?
What happened to Freminet? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress?
Oh
Why
my
is he
god.
looking like this?
These symptoms, it can't be. What are you doing?
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
No.
What did you say?
Please.
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Freminet a more thorough
Please,
checkup.
Sigmund, thank you.
Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
Don't do this.
I'll talk to Clorinde while you get Freminet to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
You bet everything else can wait. Try to understand the situation to people around. Oh no, look at him sitting on the box. Oh, the poor thing, look at him. LYNEY expressions looks disgusted. It seems like he'd rather not have Sigmund touch Freminet. Still, he didn't stop her, since it's obvious that Freminet does require urgent medical care, of course. And that's what I talked about. The situation is so freaking complicated. Sigmund's examining Freminet carefully. She doesn't look too upset, which is a good sign. I hope Freminet will be okay. Well, look, I've no doubts in her skill. Oh, look, I'm just sitting there. And LYNEY looking on again. Like, we've never seen LYNEY like this before this scene.
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical.
Oh, I just can't stand it. They're just like sitting there, like he's sitting on a little box. But it's not critical. I'm like so flustered.
Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress.
And this is it. This is it, right? And that's why it's like why Genshin's so well written at times as well. Because I am like, guys, if I'll try and like get through all the things I'm feeling, right? As we get through this, obviously there's stuff happening right now, but I'll express how I feel as I'm going along. There's so many things going through my mind, and I can't imagine what LYNEY's going through. If I'm going through a lot of things in my mind, what's this man going through? Like, we've never seen this look in his eyes. We've never seen him look like this. Like we have seen him sad. We've seen him vulnerable, right? But we have not seen him like this worked up for this long. Even last time when he was opening up to us, he ended up flirting with us in the end. And again, that's the thing. It's like he doesn't like Sigmund now. He like in his mind he doesn't like Wriothesley either. But in his head he's thinking I have to save Freminet, and that's a good older brother.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
If someone forced them to do this, I will kill them. I'm sorry. It will be the end of them. It will be the death of them. There will be nothing left.
Please, look after Mr. Freminet for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Let him see her.
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Here's the thing. I don't doubt that at all, and never once have I doubted that she was that she was hurt or that she wasn't hurt. Never once. You can even look back at the video, guys. Before, like, I never once doubted it. But the thing is, as well, like, I can't imagine this making him feel much better. Because in the same, like, no matter what, it's his sister, and in the same sentence when you go to him, like, oh, don't worry, after I tranquilized her, don't worry, you know what I mean? It's like, still, like, yeah. LYNEY finally began to stop tensing muscles in his face. He seemed to trust what Sigmund said. That's okay. That is making him feel more calm. Then, that's good. That's good. Because the thing is, guys, like, How do you deal with a situation like this? Your brother just ingested primordial seawater. You haven't seen your sister and you thought the worst could have happened, especially after what happened when they were younger as well. How would you be able to handle it? He handled it better than like even most people might. And what he, like, again, he's thinking with his emotions. Of course he is, and how could you not? Oh, Freminet. I need to talk to Clarand and Wriothesley too. Like, again, I don't care if it's, like, again, I understand from Wriothesley's position. It's the Fatui infiltrating my facility. This is effed. I need to put a stop to this. I can't just let the Fatui run around freely in my facility. Yeah, 100%. But I also understand, like, I don't care if it's a Fatui member. I'm going to care about LYNEY, Lynette, and Freminet all the time. I will.
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Mr. LYNEY again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly.
God. So it's a higher concentration in the actual water
I was
now.
only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
So because he was locked outside and he stayed there for so long, he ingested the water.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
The abandoned zone?
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Oh no, don't say that. Don't say, I literally had an image of him trying to get back in my head.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
Yeah, no, but he still ingested the primordial water. He did. And here's the thing. Obviously, I'm worried about Freminet. But I've seen in the past, it has happened sometimes, and I've no problem saying this because it's something that happens. I am not having anyone saying I'm being unfair to Wriothesley or being unfair to characters, because I feel like for a character I don't know, I am more than fair with this guy. I've listened to his side of the story. I've talked about how like this could be terrifying having, or like bad having Fatui infiltrate your whole facility that you own. I've talked about this.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
That's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just
He clearly does. He's talking about tea all the time.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
That's a great... And by the way, thank you so much for saving Freminet, Clarand. Thank you so much. I should have said that already. No, it means the absolute world to me. Oh my god.
Are you okay?
Every scene with them, look at his little freckles as well.
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look all right.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer
Of course,
shot.
and it's okay to worry about yourself as well. Look at this soft face. This is gonna kill me, isn't it? This whole Archon quest is gonna kill me if I'm already dead now.
Everyone.
Lynette.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon, you're here too.
It's so good to see you. Even though, as I said, I knew they were safe.
Freminet? Is he...
I cannot with this.
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
Thank God he will be fine. LYNEY let immediately come to lift Freminet up with their help. Oh, Freminet! Are you okay, buddy? Oh, Paimon doing a little happy dance. This must feel so
His breathing's
disorientating.
beginning to slow down.
Look at the way he's like so intently staying close to him as well.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it.
Traveler, you
Freminet.
seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
Please, Please, I would, yes. I would definitely like to come with you. Thank you.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
They went to get a cup of tea.
They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Freminet out of the sea.
Which, no, so grateful for, and so grateful for you helping him as well, right? So grateful. And the thing is as well, is like, there was a very high tense situation there. Like, I was so worried, because of how worried I was for the characters that I adore, that I was going to say something like, I regret forever. And I think, you know, I don't know if I watch back the edit, I mean, you might see it moments maybe. I don't know, maybe it's not at all. Maybe it's not noticeable at all. I really felt like, you know, I was like building up like a mixture of sadness, worry, and like an upset nature as well, which, you know, isn't always like, which like here's the thing, like, you know, you let it out, but also I feel like that is an emotion within itself, you know, things being so, like I said, the word complicated, emotions being weird. I was feeling 20 different things at one moment, and I feel like that in itself is like, you know, my reaction to this is that I didn't know how to like really express things at the time. I didn't know how to like really like, you know, say everything I wanted to say perfectly, you know? It happens sometimes. Clarande saved Freminet in front of the sea. Just what happened there? Yeah. Like, it's not like I was like having bad things in my mind that I wanted to say. I was just worried that, like, you know, now as I was like, oh my god, I'm so upset. I'm so worried. I'm so worried about Freminet. And still are, like, and also this stuff with the primordial water in the ocean. Like, if this is like building up in the ocean, that means the prophecy is starting to get more and more true. Like, we already knew the prophecy at this stage, like, had to have some truth to it. It's such a main portion of this game, and it's such a main part of the story. It had to, you know? And like I said, guys, you know, like I said with the character Wriothesley, we're going to learn so much more about him as we're going forward. We're going to learn so much about the situation as we're going forward. You've had a lot of time to sit with this. This is my first time seeing this. I was so... When she dropped Freminet's body in with us... I was like, what? And then they said primordial water. Of course I was like, oh, I was like, what are you doing? I genuinely thought that they were going to do like something like sad with Freminet in that situation. It's so tough. And like to express like, okay, try to express how I was feeling in that moment before we move any further. Because like, you know, I know it's weird to just say I was feeling complicated feelings, because that's how I was feeling. Like there was nothing on like, you know, how do I say it? It was like, I had a feeling of worry in the pit of my stomach. My head was getting a bit flustered because I was like so like I wanted to like because of what was happening with LYNEY and Freminet and Lynette. You of course you want to get angry, like, you know, you're trying to think and maybe like what's happening? Someone tell me what's happening. Please tell me what's happening. Just please give him something. Give Lynette something. And like that's a feeling that's going on in your head too. And then there's also a feeling of like, oh my god, like there was almost like how do I say, like while I was having all those feelings too, there was also something else fighting there too, which was like, of course the Fatui entering your facility is a big worry, especially when you didn't give them permission to do so, and especially when you don't know everything about these crew members and you've already given them a warning to stop. There's also that feeling as well. Like it was one of the most like I was like, it was like a bubbling, right? It was a bubbling, and then it led to Freminet being safe, Lynette being safe, them telling us they're going to tell us the truth. You know, a situation where it almost felt like like you know when you take a pot off the when you have a pot on the hob for too long, on the heat for too long, the hob for too long, and it's bubbling over, and like you take it off and calm it down a bit, and that's what it really felt like with me. Literally, when I saw Lynette and Freminet was awake, that's what it felt like with me. Does that make sense? Is what I'm trying to say? Hopefully, it does make sense what I'm trying to say here.
He's awake. Freminet, how do you feel?
Oh, and he's so worried about him.
LYNEY. Lynette.
Oh, look at the three of them.
We're all here.
Yeah, we're all here. Everyone's here.
Where am I?
And like, you know, canonically, we've only known Freminet for a little bit, but obviously, like, I think that, you know, there's a residual party love as well, because he's been one of my one of the earliest characters that I obtained, and a design that I've loved so much and wanted to build for him so much. So obviously, I totally acknowledge there is also a feeling of like attachment through that as well. You know, does that make sense? Like, it's, yeah.
The infirmary at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Freminet, and you are no longer in any danger.
Good. That's so good to hear.
How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
traveler. Paimon. It's been so long.
It's so great to hear your voice because we did never get to hear it for like an extended time. We only got to hear it that one time for a little bit.
The sea. There's something
Oh
wrong
my
with
God.
the seawater.
Oh, and he's like, he got up so quickly because he's like, he instantly realized he had to like do something about it.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
Yeah, that's a good older brother. Look at that. Look at the eyes.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular
That's so
seawater.
dangerous.
I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
That's so that is terrifying. What happened after you snuck into the pipes?
Pipes.
Because that's like that is what it is. It's a prophecy.
Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh my God. Like hearing his voice is just like it's been such a long time coming. Oh, we're gonna get to see his side of things as well.
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned.
And he like is so good at this stuff. It's so cool to see him in action. This game is so beautiful, even in the murkiest of places, isn't it? Whoa!
Where could Master Child be?
Look at that perspective. We're playing as what? What? Oh my God! We're playing as Freminet. Oh my God! The music here is absolutely beautiful. Do we have to jump to her? So we're actually playing as him, exploring this place. This is incredible. I was jumping down on the platforms as if I needed to jump down on the platforms. This is a lot more of a warmer place as well. So what did we find? Man, this is just an S-tier design. I'm sorry. Look at this. This is our Freminet. It's our Freminet. S-tier design. Whoa. All the clockwork stuff down here as well.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
And he's actually like, you know, like very knowledgeable. Maybe he's very knowledgeable about this type of stuff as well. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh my God, it's like a little elevator. Okay. I can't believe we're playing as Freminet. Now I got a boy with me. I got a boy to be. I'm not alone. It's so interesting, the opportunities to give us to play as characters like this. And of course, I've had Freminet for a long time. And you know what he reminds me of, like, in the best way possible? Because I think sometimes people are afraid of comparisons when it comes to games. Like, you know, because I think the reason why people are afraid of comparisons is because it's become a war now where, like, you know, when this game came out, like, the comparisons to Breath of the Wild became, like almost vindictive in a way where it was, like, trying to bring this game down to prop Breath of the Wild up, which I never like to, no, I don't like to do that. So when I say, like, it reminds me of a Xenoblade character, I mean that in the best way possible because I love Xenoblade Chronicles to death. I love it. It's not to bring this game down and prop Xenoblade up. It's to show how much I love this type of design. If that makes sense. And I hope I didn't sound too harsh earlier, because obviously it was like high emotions when I was saying that, you know, please everyone give me some leeway and some time to, like, you know, learn Wriothesley's character, and, you know, don't say I'm being unfair or anything like that. I don't mean to be, because I know people just want me to make sure I'm getting a good experience. I hope it didn't come across as really rude. I honestly just, like, really, you know, I want people to, you know, just, like, you know, understand that, like, of course I am playing this game where I am meeting this guy for the first time, and I've talked to him all of 10 minutes, and we will get to know him more just like we have other characters. Look how much we love Baiju now, after all the memes.
Stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
So I think we can lower it down and then turn it and then bring it back up. Is probably the best way to go about it. Like, did we think that from, like, did you guys think from the start of my playthrough that, like, a character like, if you look at the way with Child, like, is, you know, like, because I think, like, when we first met, like, and we had a complete lack of trust for him. And, like, Wylie's still, like, he's a wild cat, right? He still is. He's still, you know, he's someone that like I actually would kind of like trust more than most people now, which probably is like not a good thing, but like I don't know. Characters grow on you. That's what Genshin's all about. Genshin is such has such like a vast like amount of different characters that you get to know over time. Genshin is not meant to be a game where, you know, you don't get like, and even characters like Fischl, like going back and watching the events, we got to know her as well, even though we already loved her. High emotions this episode though, high emotions, I'll be honest. High emotions.
This is where the water starts. Okay.
Great Freckles.
Master Child probably
That's terrifying.
dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
Should we, like... Well, I wonder what the situation is going to be to, like, stop this from happening. Because this definitely, yeah, like, the prophecy is coming true. The prophecy is that, like, Freminet will be left as the only person crying on her throne. In her character demo, or I think teaser... Oh, look how pretty this is. And coming down here as, like... Freminet is awesome. But yeah, in her character teaser... She was left, like, they kind of, like, teased the ideas of that as well, right? Like, you know, she's left crying on her throne. No one left around her. That's the prophecy.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction.
So smart. I like that it's not just, like, a skill of, like, he's able to dive down really far and he does a really good job.
There are traces here, too. I need to keep going.
Look at our sweet art. Look at our sweet art. Top 5 designs in the entire game.
Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the?
Oh, is he ingesting it now? Oh, the poor Freminet.
My heart is racing. And it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on?
So tough.
No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to.
And the door this is where the door is gonna be closed? That must have been terrifying. Because, oh my god, there's like a purple aura around us. This is, like, how scared must he be? And still, of course, he's thinking about the job. This is like, of course, he's from the House of the Hearth, right? Like, he knows how to get a job done. Oh, he was thinking this?
Die here.
He was thinking this? Of course he would be.
This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse.
Oh
and
no.
I'm still underwater.
I don't like seeing this. I don't want to see this. This is horrible. This is horrible. Oh no, and that's where he passed out. Oh, and there was... Wait, so the door closing didn't even matter. He didn't even make it back to the door. Or was it the door there? That was oh, it was the door over there, right, that was shut. I think, maybe. And then Clarande, thank you so much, Clarande. I'm in debt to her for the rest of my life.
So, in other words,
I didn't want, that was so horrible to see.
The trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
Clarande, in my book, is, as far as I'm concerned, like, she can take an honorary spot in my favorite characters now. She can take it. Take that honorary spot, Clarande.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had
Sweetheart.
already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going. I probably passed out some time after that, and you know the rest.
The fear that must do it, especially since, like, these guys live on the idea that the prophecy is real. That's the first thing that LYNEY talked to us about. That's the first thing we knew when we came to Fontaine. And you can taste, like you were swallowing something that's making you feel sicker and sicker. The fear that must have been in Freminet.
Miss Clarande brought you back.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
We also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
Yeah, we should all thank her. We should all thank her.
You're still too weak, Freminet.
Yeah, no, you should rest.
Go after you've had some more rest.
I'm so glad to see Lynette as well.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Cloran will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Wriothesley was the one who invited her
Right,
to
well,
come
he
down
knew,
here.
he said there was 2 more people coming, right?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
Got it, I'll talk to him.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Lenny?
You okay? If you need to calm down, you need to calm down. If you need to like sit here with your siblings, you can do that too.
Please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
So understandable. So understandable, Lenny.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave.
That's fair.
Both of you are just in danger.
No, that's fair. That's so fair.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
That's so sweet. That is so sweet. No, I think that's more than fair. While, yes, and I said it throughout this entire episode, I don't think that Wriothesley would ever hurt Lynette. I said this. Like, through the whole episode. There's still, like, no matter what, you're still having that idea in your head, in Lenny's head, no matter what, her going missing correlates to when she was taken away when he was younger. No matter what. Freminet then with the prophecy that's been a part of their life too. No matter what. So it's understandable that he's feeling this way. That he's still in danger. You don't just like lose that feeling of danger or lose that feeling of fear after, you know, the people that you were afraid of just go, oh yeah, you know, calm down. Even though we know they're not out to hurt us, right? Or kill us. You don't lose that fear. How can you? It doesn't dissipate completely.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you.
Thank you.
The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Okay, I actually cannot wait to hear about this. What we're going to talk to. Oh, look at them all sitting on the bed. Can I sit too? When did we become Nihida? I don't even know. We have Kave as well, if that's, you know. Actually, I'm work for the church.
I'm so sorry, Lenny.
No, don't, what?
I'm also really sorry, Lenny. I should have been more careful.
Don't say that. It was all my fault. I was the one who should have been more careful. You two were nearly...
It was such a complicated situation. The word of the day is
If I
complicated.
were stronger, maybe I would have already found
No,
Master Child.
primordial water. It literally melts people, Freminet.
No, how can you say that?
Oh yeah, it melts people.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
No, I think I have a lot to say about this.
What I'm hearing is, we all dropped the ball at some point during the mission, so the responsibility falls on all of us. Isn't that right?
That's so mature.
Yeah, that's right. It's on all of us.
That, oh my god, the siblings.
Lenny, we understand that you're worried about us, but we're worried about you as well. Please don't blame yourself. We want you to keep your spirits up.
Yeah.
So, what I wanted to say about that as well, it's just such a sweet moment between all of them. Lenny's blaming himself because in his moment of, like, and again, I was like how emotional I was, imagine how emotional he was. In his moment of high emotion, Lenny nearly dropped the ball again. He was like so frustrated, he was going to attack Wriothesley. And if Sigewinne didn't come in, there is a chance that Wriothesley, especially, here's the thing, I've no doubt that Lenny can take a lot of people, right? I've no doubt. But the fact is, in a high emotional state, right? When you are heightened with emotions, you're not thinking clearly, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I just want to say that perfectly clear right now. I'm not anti-emotions, as you guys probably know. The fact is, in a fight, you are probably going to be... That's why, like, you know, you see it in TV shows, you see it in movies, you see it even in boxing matches. You try to get a rise... Perfect. You get a rise out of someone and they will make mistakes. That happens. And in that situation, if Sigewinne didn't show up when she did, I fully think that what they're trying to imply there is that Wriothesley would have like smacked the absolute shite out of this lad. And then we look at the other two here as well, right? Freminet, obviously in this situation, feels like he dropped the ball because, but I think Freminet like didn't, you know.
As tall as my big sister.
I don't think Freminet made many mistakes here. Him being stronger doesn't make any sense to me because, like, you know, he swallowed the primordial water. You know what I mean? Lynette herself, like, obviously, I think maybe, like, she got too comfortable. I think we all got not too comfortable. She was very careful. But I think that what the situation overall here is that sending Fatui members into a place that is so heavily guarded and is so well known and is such like a well-oiled machine and well-run ship, sending Fatui members into here might not have been the best idea from the Knave's perspective.
Energy drink. I'm sure it'll wake you up.
But what it shows is the Knave has a vast amount of trust in these three. That's what it shows to me. That's what it shows. A vast amount of trust in these. And again, I've no doubt that we saw how good they were. I feel like in any other day, they could like, sort a place out, but it's just that Wriothesley has this place on lockdown. He knows it like his own like son. He knows it like himself. He knows it like he's looking at himself in the mirror in the morning. He knows this place. Like we saw what they could do during the story quest. They rused us. They're not, I hope I'm making sense here. I think like, it's just, to me, it's just like, I feel like, I'm not trying to be like the Knave made a big mistake here. I think the Knave trusted the heck out of these three. And no matter what, I think the Knave is going to get something out of this at the very least. Right? Whether it's information from us as well, or we can find out about Child's whereabouts, which I will probably give that information to the Knave, I'll be honest with you guys. We're going back down to the Duke's office. Is that down below? Yeah. Barbara, you ready? Yeah, it's just a lot of crazy stuff happening this episode. A lot of crazy stuff. This was insane. Talk to Wriothesley. We're going up to his office. Let's head up. Holy hell, this office is pretty, Wriothesley. I'm glad I have a cooler head right now, though. I really am. I'm glad I have a much cooler head.
I take it Mr. Freminet's condition has stabilized?
Yes.
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Sejuane?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
I get it in the tone of voice when he's talking to Sejuane, that there is such a respect for this Mezzaline.
Mostly fine.
Thank you, Clorand. You sweetheart and 10 halves.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
Right.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Wriothesley?
Oh yeah, like I think it's 100% okay to like go in like with a big like question like this, right?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Please enlighten as much as you like. I love that our character now like snaps back a little bit with like a little bit like of sassy comebacks. And you're just thinking like, can I just say as well? I don't think I've said it much this episode. Like this design is impeccable. Like it's really impeccable. And like I saw some of the side profiles there like as well. Like it's just a really beautiful character.
Where should I begin?
Like there, look.
How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Sure.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
Paimon is so good at asking. Like Paimon's actually very smart.
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
If you have a baseline of this, right? If you take this one statement, and if you had a prison or a factory or a company, and you said, hey, by the way, there's 3 people in here that were sent by a Fatui Harbinger to investigate my facility. On the baseline, that would perk up 1,000 ears and make you want to like sort this out as soon as possible. Right? On the baseline. I'm talking about just this statement here. If you heard this statement on paper.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
I think he has this place down.
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
Why didn't you stop them?
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance.
Right, so you weren't too bothered about that.
Lenny
and it was
suggested that I had deliberately let him escape. But in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own.
He's amazing.
Of course, it's inevitable that the knave would make a big deal out of her fellow harbinger's unexplained disappearance.
Yeah, and we learned earlier that it's a diplomatic issue, right?
I'm also quite curious about where that harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work.
Wow.
All I care about is the answer.
So what he did here was he wanted to know, he didn't have full knowledge, but he wanted to know the knowledge as well. So if everyone's doing an investigation, he doesn't have to put any manpower into it. Just let us investigate, then cut us off right at the end.
So you were hoping Linny's group would just do your work for you.
That is exactly what happened.
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Freminet has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise.
It's terrifying. Every time they say it, I just think about like the tear on Linny's cheek, you know? Because that's why I always related back to.
The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety.
Okay.
And also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
So, the intervening in our situation here, and we'll talk about it here like this as well. For me, he didn't need to interfere, right? Obviously, he didn't need to. But again, if we're looking at this from his perspective, because we love perspectives in Genshin. If we look at things from Wriothesley's perspective, we were sent here by someone he respects very much, Neuvillette, right? We were sent here by them, and he's thinking these Fatui Harbingers, this Fatui Harbinger sent people are getting involved with two people that were our friends with Neuvillette and respected by Neuvillette. So he's probably thinking, I better stop them from getting too involved in this, and then stop the fortress from getting too entangled in these matters. Yeah. And again, like I said, we're looking at this perspective right now because we're in this conversation. It's a complicated issue because from my perspective, like every 2 seconds, like all I can think about is Linny nearly dying inside over what was happening with Lynette. It's tough because obviously I don't think Wriothesley knows about that, but still it's like incredibly tough. Because the fact of the matter, like here's the thing, if we look at things from a perspective of like a factual statement, the warden of a prison is 100% in their right in this situation to, like, in terms of like saying like, how do I say it? Now, I don't think like they have a right to just tranquilize people, right? I just want to say that right now, but I think from Sijuan's perspective, this tranquilizers to prevent anything worse from happening. Like, because like from Ryze's position, like he probably thinks, well, I can just fight them because it's my prison. And I think the tranquilizer is from Sijuan's position is like, I will stop them from getting into a fight with Wriothesley. I think I'm getting that right. I think that's the truth. Like, so him bringing her for tea and snacks in a different place in this situation, if he at any point in this whole journey through our fortress in Meripede, thought that we were doing something awful, it is 100% in his right to ask us to come up or at least like bring us or like putting us in a separate part of the prison until he figures things out. But obviously that's just from like the factual like job that he has. Obviously I'm still thinking about poor Freminet and Lynette, right? It's so complicated. And again, this is why it's so good sometimes. It's so complicated.
Are the rumors true that you're also a former criminal?
That's how he knows everyone. He used to be here, right?
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates.
And respect too. Respect, which is a really cool thing. And like we've seen him respecting Neuvillette, we've seen him respecting Sijuan, so the respect is there.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Clarant down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work.
I wonder if he predicted that, like, something like this would happen.
As a champion duelist, Miss Clarant could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Freminet was part of that crisis?
I think so.
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing harbinger already.
I'm glad you said that, right? No, 100%. And I hope, like, again, like earlier on when I was like, he's still drowned. Obviously, like, it's high emotions, guys. It's like so high emotions, but this makes perfect sense that you would hire Clarant to save this boy before anything happened. but stopped anyone else from leaving there. You know what I mean? I get that. I do get that. And he didn't know that there was going to be a high concentration of primordial water out there. Of course he didn't know this. I'm not stupid. He didn't know this. But again, it's just like it's so, there's so many moving parts in this situation. There's so many different moving parts. So the Forbidden Zone really exists?
That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts.
Yeah, but listen, okay. I still think it could be related.
All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had
True.
nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance.
God damn.
That should be clear now that you've spoken to Freminet.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's happening now? Yes.
Follow me.
Follow you? What? This whole quest has been continually one big mind F for me. Like, it really has. And it's not that, like, it's like this, like, unbelievably horrible situation to the point that, like, I can't deal with it, right? It's more of a, it's more of a thing where it's just like, because it is a horrible situation. Like, the whole thing was like a horrible situation. It's also that, and the fact that, like, there's so many mysteries still to unfold in here that your mind is also on that too. Like, the prophecy's on my mind. Where did Child go? What's happening here in the fortress? What is the Forbidden Zone? It's everything. It's so much. I'll just be, this team that I made it today, I'll have to show it off some other time, guys. I have a feeling we're not going to be using it today. Watch now, a boss just comes out of here. Okay.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Wriothesley.
Honestly, I'd call you Batman if you didn't have better eyebrows than Bruce Wayne, so...
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
Insane stuff. No, this is, worrying, but, like, we're gonna have to get the mystery out of the way.
On the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa.
Yeah, oh my god.
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything.
We're just in the Forbidden Zone, and that is...
What a huge door!
Wait.
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone.
Isolation gates? I thought it was like the oratories for a second there. Isolation gates?
Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
So there's something that would make us not want to tell them? Is that what he's saying? Oh, and now we're playing Justice Wonder. That means things are getting serious. Like, legit, I'm not even joking. Like, that really feels like when we're playing Justice Wonder, that it makes it really serious.
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Who are you keeping out here? Well, everyone, apparently.
Whoa. They all just went up one by one.
What's in the middle of the room?
Go on, have a look.
Oh my god, what the hell? This room is really empty, with nothing in here, which is quite strange on its own. There's also a device smack dab in the middle of the room, which looks like kind of a massive sluice gate.
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be
Then what is
behind
it? Then what is in here?
The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally.
Does it mean the primordial water, maybe?
Normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
The water pressure?
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all.
I'm so glad I'm calmed down so I can say, like, look at the eyebrows on this man and look how pretty he is. I'm sorry, like, imagine matching your eyebrow color to your future earpieces. Your ear, what you call them? Studs?
Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the
That's what I
primordial
thought.
sea.
Yep. That's the first thing I
Make
thought.
a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Freminet displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
The needle looks like it's about to snap off.
Concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
Primordial seawater is continually leaking, so we're saying it's leaking into the sea? From
That's
where?
very likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh.
Oh? What do you mean, oh?
Seems like you've figured it out.
What do you mean?
I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us.
What? It's directly below this?
The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us.
That's so terrifying. It's right below this gate.
If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
If the primordial sea is leaking through, if this gate falls, all of Fontaine will fall with it. The prophecy.
You know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of
it's like
the
the
night.
last defense.
But that's just too weird. Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea?
Is it to like...
This place anyway.
Is it to protect everyone?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about
The
that.
secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here.
I'm genuinely so worried about this.
When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land,
Oh my god.
all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold.
So there's no chance of rehabilitation whatsoever.
Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves."
Oh.
And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro
So
Archon,
it is like...
they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow.
So it is like a... How do I say it? Like it's protecting the secret of the primordial
As
sea.
the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors.
That's insane. That is insane.
The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home.
I did not expect this backstory from the fortress. Like it's basically like at the first, so like they kept like succeeding it as well.
And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves.
The word sinners comes up again.
But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld.
And that's what people say here today as well.
Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past.
So what they're saying is, sorry, I was just like, it's a lot to take in. Some people left and some others chose to stay. Yeah. So like they'd fade away as time went on. It became less, I guess, about like the secret became less and less well known. And so as they were dying, more and more people like it. And it happens like with history, right? If you don't write it down, like, you know, it will fade away as time goes on.
Many centuries. Few people still remember the reason
as he said
for the
here.
fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontanian society. As the place where criminals deserve to be sent.
That's crazy. You know the backstory, though.
Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But you know it's not made up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is like not only the prophecy, but now this backstory about this area too.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
That is so bad. Do you believe in the prophecies now? I don't know, I'm kind of a believer now.
To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate.
In a region of evidence.
Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So is the Duke of Meripide just what you plan to do about it? This is so much.
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
This was not the only thing yet. Well, not her head, but this was not the only thing. What else do you want to show me?
This is it.
Oh, it's them two.
Your Grace, perfect timing.
Jury and
the results
Lever?
from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not
Lurvine.
alone. Huh? Lurvine and Jurier?
Jurier.
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
Wait, so what we know now, we'll talk about it more in a bit, but what we know now is that like it's not like I predicted, by the way. It's just the way they were coming with the words in this conversation. Is the idea this place is a protection against the Primordial Sea, but also a keeper of the secrets of the Primordial Sea, and the secrets have been lost to time through succession of criminals, basically, and people who worked here as well. Not just criminals, people who worked here in the Fortress of Meripede.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about
Don't be questioning him.
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
Are you sure you're trustworthy?
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
Edwin?
Good. Saves me a bit of time explaining.
No, I should have said Ed who. No, I clicked up and down. I clicked on the wrong one. I feel so dumb.
Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the Fortress of Meripede?
What? What?
What a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
What? When? When would you like to do this?
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
What is happening?
Guys, focus! Focus.
Are you actually trying to blow up this place?
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
So she's like, it's again.
Ooh, are they together?
Wait, is Paimon shipping people?
See?
Was that really
Everyone
necessary?
keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your
Oh
work as a
God!
convenient cover?
Wait. We're talking about blowing up stuff, right?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Oh my God! They're in love.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Every time he says "follow me," I'm worried about what we're gonna see.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
Believe it or not, we've never seen anything like a place like this in this game yet. We've never seen anything like this at all.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
It is cool. It is. It's just a normal room.
Well, let's spice it up a bit.
Oh God.
And here you go.
What do you mean? Oh my God. This is
What a huge...
home. I have chills all over.
This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen
Oh
before.
my
What's
God.
going on?
Are they building the ship or is it built
How much
already?
do you know about Fontanian history?
Please enlighten us on everything.
Not much at all.
The music as well, it's so magical.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty.
Right? The Lemurian But look at this behind. I can't.
According to legend,
Oh
the
my
Lemurian
God.
king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves.
Wait, are you saying this is his
He
ship?
called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
This is not a ship. This is a small, like, village on a freaking on water. Look at the size of this.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
True.
Do you believe that too?
I believe
Point,
it.
I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try.
So you are building this? Look, because it's all scaffolding around
The
it.
moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath
Huh?
the gate,
What?
I also began this project.
He was like, man, this water is getting toxic. I gotta build a boat. Which makes sense, I suppose, if you want to get out of here.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontanians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
This is a plan for the ages.
Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. Oh, man. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions? Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
So the plan is, am I right in saying the plan here is to say F it all?
I'll leave you here for now.
Leave me, thanks.
Oh, thank you so much.
And then like, I can't.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
True, every decision we make will affect, that's what Nahida said to us. Every single decision we make affects other people as well. It means that my actions will decide the next step linear groups take. Yeah, in other words, if I want to tell you the truth, I must make him understand that we can't afford to excessive conflict right now.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Yeah, we will.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
That is insane. Guys, we are ending the episode here. And we're going to come back with the next part of the Archon quest in the next episode as well. That boat was gigantic. Am I like and it seems that like the plan is, and that's why he's saying that there would be riots. The plan is that if this place needs to be destroyed, and this place, it does get destroyed, they have been working on this boat. And the way he talked about the idea of like maybe being like influenced by Fortuna, the idea that maybe they could like, you know, make a new life for themselves, make new followers, find hope at the end of a voyage. The fortress would live on in a way through those people. This whole episode was such a vast amount of complicated and weird emotions. I was very flustered for a time. I was ready to fight. I really was. But there's so many explanations we got in the later part of this game too. What we found here as well was that like there is, you know, different agendas, different plans. There's obviously different explanations. Of course, like I was getting, you know, very emotional when it came to stuff like this, when it came to LYNEY and Freminet, of course. And there's also different explanations, different people's sides of the story, different people's perspectives that we saw throughout this entire part of the Archon quest. But what I can say about like my perspective is that we have a conflict that was one of high emotions and one that was of someone who like thinks of everything in a very cold manner, or at least, no, but I wouldn't say cold manner, because I feel like, you know, getting Claran to make sure that Freminet was safe was something he didn't have to do. Similarly, you know, with Sigewinne, she's definitely not cold. I don't think she's cold at all. I think there's, again, like I said, lots of different perspectives, lots of different feelings. There's so many different emotions going on right now. Now we saw that boat as well. There's like a bigger thing going on here, and now we know that the water in the primordial water is edging closer ever to like infiltrating the water, and it's the actual ocean, and it's coming from here. It's coming from right under here. This place was a protection that was built to protect basically by exiles. Exiles built this place and were assigned to protect, and in the prophecy, in the idea of the history, to protect the secrets of the primordial ocean. And now he's talking to us like, hey, this secret, you can tell him if you want, but it might cause more conflict. This is a crazy bombshell for this entire episode, all of this stuff. And it's terrifying. The prophecy is terrifying. We're going to be obviously talking about more stuff as it goes forward. For me, like I said, I was very highly like strung up about all of this stuff because Freminet was hurt, Lynette was missing, poor LYNEY. I don't care if it's reasonable. I don't care. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I don't care how reasonable it is to detain someone. I don't care any about that stuff. The fact is, LYNEY was feeling like he had lost his siblings, and that feeling brought him back to that day. And it probably brought him, and then the idea, and then also you think of that protecting the Knave. All he's thinking about is like, well, that day, the one thing that gave us solace was what the Knave did for us. You know what I mean? Like that's what you would feel, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I think going forward, it's just going to get crazier. It's probably going to get more emotional. I don't know if we're going to finish the act in the next one. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I never know how long these are going to be. Obviously, for me, it takes a bit longer. But for now, guys, I want to say, where's my phone to get the names out? Thank you so much to the Never Gonna Pay to Baby Gangsters here on Patreon. That being... Let's get to this now. Tyfire 2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, the Ghost of Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Yuld, Radish, Anusta, Malcolm Conde, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Yassassin, Alpaca Juice, and Ali. And I'll see you guys so soon. We can actually do the thing with Kaveh. You ready? Nice.